Ahmaud Morning Show, 8:17 before the top of the hour, y'all. Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, good morning, Rick. Not really 3 things this morning, brother, but I am thankful to Bishop John Henry Martin in Florida, who is actually Sabrina Fulton's pastor, who helped me connect with Marcus Arbery, who is Ahmaud's father. And so we have Brother Arbery on the phone this morning. Brother Marcus, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Hey, good morning.
So Marcus, I know that so many of us were introduced to your son through this video, and we know that's not who he was, but we know this is what happened to him. And right. I just wanted to know if you would just take a second to tell us a couple of things about Ahmaud, so that we know a little bit more about his humanity versus the humanity that was robbed of him.
Yes, sir. What I can tell you about my son, I know was a good boy, good-hearted.
Then we'll try to get him back on.
Yeah, listen, I mean, many of us, I think, saw this video for the first time in the last 48 hours, thinking that this just went down, versus a lot of people who have been trying to get this story out months ago. And we just found out, I think yesterday, that DA Tom Durden has requested that the Georgia Bureau of Investigations move on this case. But to Reverend Sharpton's point earlier, I just don't understand why that had not already. Well, I do know why that hadn't already happened. I think many of you know that one of the men that was involved in this is former law enforcement, and that there was a proclamation that they made several weeks after that they were attempting to make a citizen's arrest, one of which is nonsense, but 2 is different, Rickey, than the statement that they made in the original police report. And so in the original police report, they tried to claim that Ahmaud had burglarized a home, and that they were confronting him over burglarizing a home. But the home that they talked about him burglarizing wasn't even occupied. It wasn't even fully built. It didn't even have windows in it. And so they're just all kind of, again, inconsistencies. And so I hope that those of us, and I hope we can get Marcus Arbery back on the line. But even if we're not, especially my family in Georgia, we got to keep pressing the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to do their job. We all know what we're dealing with. And Rick, look, I think you made a really good point. Like, this is not a racial issue for us. This is a human issue for us. This was a racial issue for the men that killed him. And there's no way you can say it. There's no way you can convince me of anything different. But for people who are afraid of race, damn it, do you have humanity? Can human being look at another human being that was hunted down and killed in the street and understand that it's not right, regardless of anybody's color?
We got him back on. We got him back on a better phone. Hey, good morning, Mark. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
Marcus, thank you. I know you started to talk about the fact that he was kind-hearted. So please, brother, please continue.
Okay, he was a kind of boy, just always mind his business, and if he had $1 and you needed that $1, he gave it to you. I'm telling you, that's how my son was. He just loved the people, and it just tearing me and his mother down to see him get slaughtered like that. That was his heart was bigger than life.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, Rick, please.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disturbing, just the fact that you still got some white people out here with this cowboy mentality, and they jumping on the back of a truck like they did in the 50s, in the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, chasing down black people. And it just remind me of some of the movies that I've seen, Mississippi Burning, and all of those different movies that I've seen. And they ran them down. Already had a truck up there with the door open waiting for him. They have absolutely no right to say anything to him. They had no right to question him or anything. If he done anything wrong and they suspected he done anything, why didn't they call the damn police? And this is the problem with white privilege. This is the problem. It's white privilege. And they do it because they think that they can. You know, we see white people do stuff that...
It's also a problem, Rick, with too many former law enforcement people that think they still in damn law enforcement. And carrying that along with that privilege and racism.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then this situation is no different than the Trayvon Martin case. You know, and he got his son involved, and they got him, and he's trying to defend himself. Bless his heart. And then some white man on the back of a truck, loading up, putting rounds into his shotgun, you know, and just shot him like he was a dog. Just shot him, and it just so. But I apologize, sir, but I'm real mad about this. I'm real upset about this, with that, Rick. I mean,
Marcus, I think a lot of people are, and I know that there's a lot of people that are praying for you, as well as Ahmaud's mother, and I know that both of you have. I mean, you all have a dream team in retaining Lee Merritt and Attorney Crump, but what can we do to support your family in this moment, even before charges are brought?
Only thing I'm looking for my family is because they're under a lot of pressure, especially my daughter and my son and his mother. His mother taking it real hard. Only thing you can do is help get justice and just support them, and don't just bring stuff that's gonna upset them because they upset enough and stuff like that. You know, they need some calm and pleasure right now, because it's really tore down, especially when that video came out. I tried to tell my daughter and son I'm not to look at that stuff.
Yeah, I feel bad for you, sir. I from the bottom of my heart, my family and I and everybody on this morning show, we are definitely praying for you. Jeff will let me know, Jeff, if there's anything that he need, if y'all need counseling, if you need anything to help you get through this, you know, get through these tough times or whatever. But I just want you to know and understand we're going to definitely fight to help you seek justice for your son or whatever. But I don't know, man. I've been having some real thoughts that I can't say on the radio. And
you and I both.
I don't know. I'm so filled with a little bit of hatred.
Too,
like I'm filled with hatred right now because I'm not finna be on my knees and praying for the people and then turn the other cheek and pray for those who despise all that stuff, man. These white folks gave us that Bible to keep us docile and to keep us like this and stuff. And in the end, it's going to be all right. And Jesus going to work it out and all this kind of stuff, man. My grandmother was born into that stuff and she died in that stuff. When?
Yeah. When they gonna quit? When?
Don't come to me talking about no Bible and talking about pray for the ones that despise. Man, listen. I'm talking about my great-grandma, my grandparents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, my parents, and here we are, people that born and died living in oppression and racism and hatred and all this stuff. I walk in the grocery store right now and feel like somebody hate me, man. I had to go get my kids, all of my kids, get them armed, and they start their tactical training today. Just where they can defend themselves if something happened. And I hate to put my guns in my kids' hand, but I don't have no choice.
They making it like that. Huh.
I tell you one damn thing. They ain't gonna kill if they kill me. I promise you I'm gonna be shooting back. I'm not lying, and I'm not advocating violence, but I'm just at that point, man. When I sit there and see that man get shot down like he was an animal and not the great kid and somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's grandson. That's just absolutely horrible. It's terrible.
Yes,
and
it is.
Donald Trump, the president of the United States, is advocating for this kind of hatred.
Yes,
so you know if all y'all want to go to church and get on your knees and pray, because I don't see none of our big Jamal Bryant speak out, Pastor Freddie Haynes speak out. I don't see none of our other big time bishops preaching on none of that. Preach on that. I dare you. I dare one of these big time bishops with all these big followings, all of these bishops and folks and got these big churches and stuff. I dare you to take on this issue, to say anything
Rick,
about it. Man, go
Rick,
man, boy.
No, listen, and I think, one, I do want to say I appreciate Bishop John Henry Martin, who's there with Brother Marcus, for helping him get on the show this morning and for all he's done to support Trayvon's family.
Hold on, Jeff. Hey, can y'all stay on for a second? Let me go to commercial. I'm going to come right back with you. Hold on. They're trying to give me a shot to calm all of us down. Hey, we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.